Hey, I'm Erica,
And I'm Arian.
and this is Friend with the capital F.
We're just two friends with tummy troubles and heartburn having honest conversations about real life, friendship, and the lessons we're learning along the way.
So if this sounds like your cup of tea or coffee, welcome to our group chat out loud.
Take what you need and leave what you don't. Hello.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, and welcome back to Friend with a capital F. What?
It's actually 10:58, guys.
This is our second recording of the day, so technically it's the afternoon,
This is facts.
regardless of the time. How are you doing?
I am doing good. Allergies are acting up a little bit, but other than that, I'm doing great. What
Yeah?
about you?
I'm good. I feel good. It's going to be a good day. We're going to have a good recording. Today we're going to read our birth charts / astrology charts. We have each other's pulled up. We found this website. What is the website called?
It's a good question.
Caféastrology.com. So you go in and you put your date of birth, your time,
The city
where
you were born.
Yeah. And it gives you a pretty extensive birth chart. Like, I'm talking down to all the planets and everything. And I don't know if we're going to go over all of it, but we're going to go through the sun and the moon and the Holy Spirit. As Erica said.
I just thought it rhymed. So I am going to be going over Arian's, and Arian's will be going over mine.
Yes, we're going to read each other's to each other.
But before we do that, we will be doing our flourish and our FML of the week.
Yep.
And Arian will be going first.
Okay, my F report. I'm going to start with my FML and then I'll end on a high note.
Okay.
So my FML of the week is my washing machine.
Oh my God.
There's something wrong with it and it gets off balance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So every load of laundry, laundry.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like somebody's beating down a wall over there. And, we live in this tiny little house that's like, I can feel it all the way at the end of the house. Like, it sounds like someone's breaking in every time we do laundry. So it's just so annoying because, we have to do laundry a lot from the animals, from us. So that's my FML. It's just annoying. It's just an inconvenience. And I don't know how to fix it. Anyways. And my flourish is that we've been getting out on Fridays. Most Fridays. Like, I told Amber, I'm like, I want to dedicate, like, Friday nights. Like, let's just spend time together. We can go out. We can stay in. We can do whatever. So last night we went and voted. And then after we voted, go vote. Well, it'd be too late to vote by the time this one comes out.
Oh,
but
true. We hope you voted, guys.
Yes, please. So last night we went to vote, and then after we did a little frolic at Walmart and Hobby Lobby. We got some new fabric.
I do love frolicking.
Fun. Yes, me too. And then we went and got pho, and we came home.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so that was my flourish of the week. It was just fun. It's nice to get out of the house and like, instead of ordering, sometimes you want to order, but sometimes it's okay to like go out and get the food and yeah. So that's fun. What about yours? What's your F report?
My F report has to be hand in hand. I'm gonna say it's gonna be together with my flourish, actually, because it was good and then it was bad.
Okay.
So my F report would be that when me and Yanine went on a date, it started pouring. It was raining. And our date was I don't know if you guys have seen this, it's like a trend, maybe it's an old trend, but we were taking pictures. My color was red and her color was pink, and so anything red that I saw, I would take a picture of it with my film camera, and then she also used her film camera as well. So we haven't got the results of the film back, but I'm excited. But yeah, so my FML would be that it was freaking pouring and I had an umbrella. Yanine forgot hers. Like, she was drenched. Thank goodness she was wearing a rain jacket, but it was still...
Share your umbrella with her?
I did, but you know what? I accidentally hit her in the face with my umbrella. No. So, sorry. So no, I did not. It sounds bad, but she just didn't want to be under because I kept hitting her. But, valid.
Sometimes it's awkward to share an umbrella with somebody. It's
Yeah.
like somebody's gonna get wet.
Yeah.
Or hit in the
Yeah.
head.
So, good and bad. It was nice.
Okay, that sounds like a fun date idea.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you want to get into it?
Let's do it.
So I'm reading Erica's and the sun. So what the sun is, not necessarily for Erica, but the sun represents vitality, a sense of individuality, and outward shining creative energy. Oh wait, is that yours?
No, because yours is the same thing.
Okay, so that is basically what the sun is supposed to be. So Erica's Cancer. Sun and Cancer natives have a strong survival instinct.
Oh,
Interesting. Put her on Survivor.
please don't.
They're protective of those they care about and of themselves too. They're often quite reticent about sharing their inner selves with the rest of the world and are often caught up in reminiscing. Cancers have a reputation for moodiness, although this trait is more evident when the moon is in Cancer. Cancer needs roots. They resist change to an extent, and they concern themselves with being secure and safe in almost everything they do. Cancers can be quite intrigued by objects with history attached to them. Antiques, photos, souvenirs, and the like.
Oh my god.
That's so funny. In
Yeah.
our last episode, we were talking about how you love change, first of all.
Yeah, I know.
So that's interesting. Do you
Yeah.
feel like you identify with that?
No. I feel like I invite change. I love change.
Yeah.
So I feel like that part is not me. Now the other part that you said
Yeah.
about, what was it again? Remind us
It was
about the objects.
cancers can be quite intrigued by objects with history attached to them, like antiques, photos, souvenirs.
Yeah, and this is true. I feel like it's like, I feel like I have to do a little backstory really quick. So back then I used to, I think I used to just love things that had a touch from the people that I care about, right? So like, for example, let's say like my dad's favorite cup or something, or like my dad's favorite pair of socks or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I feel like I would have to share those just in case something happened, and like I would have them forever. So one day my sister like stole the socks and I cried because that's how much of an attachment I had to those pair of socks. So I feel like that's true.
Yeah. Especially when it's linked to people that you care about.
Yeah.
Not just like
Not random
antique.
stuff. I don't care about that. Yeah.
Like sentimental.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny. Okay, Cancer is a very sensitive sign, and they don't always appreciate it when you're blunt with them. Their reactions to hurt depend on how thick a shell they've developed. Most Cancers react without withdrawing or retreating. Some have developed an ability to manipulate others to get what they want.
Oh my god.
Messed up. They avoid direct confrontations almost as a rule. Cancers are, in fact, quite yielding and soft when you have them in the right mood. They are one of the more hospitable signs of the zodiac. Sure, they can be touchy and indirect, but they are also very dependable, caring souls.
That is so funny because that's the complete opposite.
You
of
are the
me.
complete opposite.
Yeah. I actually rather have somebody be direct with me.
Yeah.
I am very good at communicating, and I rather be direct to somebody. You know, like if I don't like something, I'm going to voice it.
Yeah.
So confrontation in general, like I'm for that, you
Yeah.
know, in a nice way, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like none of that is true for me, which is funny, but yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's why these things are fun, is because even though, yeah, we're going off of an astrology chart, but like everybody is different regardless of people born at the exact same time in the exact same place as you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we've all gone through different things.
Yeah.
We've all reacted to them a different way, and we are all different than. Anyways, it's just
Yeah.
interesting. So
It's so cool.
that's so funny.
Continue.
She weighs words carefully and can be tenacious, a calm and discreet nature, tender, thoughtful, sensitive, and impressionable.
I feel like that's valid.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Possible issues.
Ooh, here we go.
She is humble, timid, changeable, indecisive,
So funny.
lazy, or oversensitive, easily influenced by the family, and sometimes manipulative.
Interesting.
This is kind of negative.
I know. Why am I like this? I feel like some of that stuff was true, right? Like maybe back then, like influenced by family,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Now I guess maybe not really.
No.
And then what was the other thing again?
Timid, indecisive, lazy, or oversensitive?
I
None.
feel like I'm not really shy.
No.
I feel like well, let's go back to that. I am shy in certain situations, but for the most part, I'm not. And I forced myself
Yeah.
to be that way. Like back then, I was super shy all the time. My face would turn like a tomato for any single thing. I literally in college failed speech,
Oh, yeah.
you know? So I used to be that way. I forced myself to not be that way because I forced myself to be in situations where I feel uncomfortable. And I feel like that's helped,
Yeah.
you know? So if I didn't do all those things, then maybe that would be correct,
That's
right?
true, yeah.
And then the laziness, I don't think I'm lazy at all. I literally, I need to learn how to be lazy,
Yeah.
actually, because my mind is always going. I think that's another part about, you know, being a nurse. I was always on go, 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 go. Like, you know,
Yeah.
when I was in the NICU, it was all like, you know, it's like high intensity. So, when I left, I had to really figure out how to slow down. And so that's another thing that my partner really taught me, because she's like slowly does things, and I'm always like in a rush, like like, you know. So I feel like that's false.
Yeah. Wrong cafe, whatever.
Yeah.
Cafe astrology.
Continue
Wrong.
though.
Okay. I think we're going back into some positives.
Oh,
So,
okay, we like
yeah.
this.
It did say possible issues.
That's true.
So it's not, you know.
Yeah.
You take pride in your ability to negotiate and establish harmony in your relationships. It's important to you to have a partner. You could feel incomplete without one. You're motivated to become well liked and especially sensitive to rejection. One of the lessons in your life may to be avoid putting harmony and others' opinions of you above your own needs. Use your social skills and seek peaceful relations with others, but try not to over-identify with your partnerships and how others receive you. You may marry someone with a strong personality.
I feel like it was like half maybe yeah and half like no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things I was like, what the heck, you know?
The thing that stood out to me was use your social skills and seek peaceful relationships with others, but try not to over-identify with your partnerships. And I think that that sounds accurate, because I remember when we first met, you were telling me that. Do you remember your shelf analogy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can talk about that.
Yeah. So you were saying basically like before, your relationship is the only thing on the shelf. But if that were to end or go away or
Yeah.
whatever it may be, you have nothing left on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know? So you need to have other things on your shelf that make you you. Like you're crafting, you're journaling, you're
Yeah.
doing things for yourself so
Yeah.
that you have other things on your shelf.
Yeah.
So I feel like you identify with that, you know?
I think so too. I agree with that. Actually forgot all about that. And I feel like me now is not the same, right?
Yeah.
But back then, yeah, I definitely had my relationship up on a pedestal, and that was all, you know. Not saying that I was never there for anybody else, but I'm talking about myself. I never had things on that shelf for myself.
Right.
And so that's where I went wrong.
Yeah.
So your relationship is one thing, but you yourself are your own person. And so I think that you really need to figure out the things that you like to do outside of your relationship. So
Yeah.
that's important.
Yeah, I feel like that sounds right for you. She strives for balance and harmony. She's quick to see unfairness and inequity. A master of the art of giving and receiving. She's a true partner. You are charming and easygoing. Social relationships are extremely important to you. Being personally popular can be important to you, or you want to come across in a pleasant way and to be liked and appreciated. You are diplomatic and a veritable expert at smoothing over problems. You're open-handed with others, tolerating and accepting.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're very much middle child, like you have to,
Yeah.
you know, like
I
in
was
your family.
the whole time you were talking about that, I was thinking about my sisters.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so my older sister, Yanira, she is like a year older than me, and my younger sister is 5 years younger than me. So I get along with both very well, but they together by themselves don't really get along as much. But if I'm there, I feel like we all get along. So
Yeah.
it's kind of,
You're the peacemaker.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
That's so funny. You have a fine eye for style and enjoy pleasing surroundings. You generally just dress well and enjoy a certain amount of luxury. You're gracious, romantic, and sometimes romantically impulsive, often relying on the power of attraction to bring people to you. You're not into aggressively pursuing social or love interests. There can be some vanity involved here. You are most attracted to people who express interest in you or who respond well to your charm. You're not the type of person who overtly pursues people who appear indifferent to you.
Yeah, like I wouldn't try to talk to somebody that doesn't seem interested. Like, why would I do that?
That
You know?
seems pretty like standard, I feel like.
Yeah, like
right?
why would you force somebody to?
I guess maybe some people would take it as a challenge.
Yeah, maybe. I don't want that.
Yeah. Definitely, you do have a good style, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you have a good style. And you have your own style. Like, you don't have, like, you don't conform.
Yeah.
You know, like, sometimes you dress this way, sometimes you dress this
That's
way.
true.
Yeah.
I like
so I
that,
think that's
yeah.
fun.
Agreed.
Yeah. You're not competitive in the aggressive sense of the word, and you're not someone who loves a good chase. Instead, you work your charms and draw people to you. Your ability to attract others is very much tied up with your ego, because Venus rules all things feminine. All those with this aspect tend to be quite attractive.
Interesting.
We're almost to the moon.
What was this? The sun?
The sun.
Yeah.
I don't like the sun.
The sun is interesting. Maybe that's why, I'm a moon child. So maybe I'm more
Yeah.
into the moon.
I think part of this is like we don't understand it too.
Yeah.
We don't understand.
We're not pros, guys, but
No. Take
This is
what
fun.
you can, leave what you don't, right?
literally. Leave it.
Okay, this last one. She struggles with finding a career that suits the personality. She may not face up to problems, and her plans are often difficult or even impossible for her to realize. Well, I don't like that part, but I thought the career part might have been. Because, like you said,
Get bored
you
easily.
invite change,
Yeah.
you get bored easily,
Yeah.
and also just try it out,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. My big thing is like, you're never stuck anywhere. You can always change it if you want to. You can do something else. You can learn something else. Just be adaptable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Be open,
Yeah.
like, to whatever.
To whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my job now, I feel like I would feel like I'll be there for a minute,
Yeah.
But also your job doesn't have to be what you love either. So you can still, do stuff outside of work,
Mm-hmm.
things that you love, whether it be painting, art, museums, I don't know, running club,
Yeah.
Pilates.
I 100% agree. I don't think that your job has to be something you love. Although I do think that it's nice
Mhm.
when it crosses over.
Agreed.
And I think that that would be more ideal, but
Mhm.
I don't think that's the reality for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think just don't let it limit you.
Yeah. And I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying that I hate my job. I actually really enjoy and love my job right
Yeah.
now, because where I'm saying that it's haven't been in it for a long time, so I can't really speak on it. So I'm just going to end it right there.
Okay.
So
That was good.
yeah, I am going to now talk about Arians. So like we said, the sun represents vitality, a sense of individuality, and an outward shining creative energy. So the sun is in Virgo. It is rare to find the stereotypical nitpicky, exacting clean freak in modern day Virgos, although the sign of Virgo has evolved with the times. Some unmistakable traits remain. Virgo people are genuinely respectable, hardworking individuals who have a love of knowledge and know-how. Virgo's symbol, the Virgin, shows itself in the lives of Virgos through a love of all that is natural and a certain purity of spirit that keeps Virgos self-sufficient and self-contained, at least on the surface. What do you think?
Okay. That was a lot.
It was. I feel like going back to Although, okay, going back to Virgo people are generally respectable, hardworking individuals who have a love of knowledge and know-how. I feel like that's true.
I do like fun facts,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's true. I do like knowing things.
Yeah, I do. I feel like you always teach me things. And then the other one that says Virgos through a love of all that is natural in a certain purity of spirit that keeps Virgos self-sufficient and self-contained. I feel like that's also true.
I do, yeah. I feel like I identify with that. Natural, like nature.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gardening.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, whenever it said like natural and stuff and purity, it just reminded me of your gardening and like your carrots.
You mean my little pinky fingers?
Yeah, the little carrots.
That was hilarious.
I know. Little inside joke over here. Maybe we'll talk about it another day. Okay. Let me continue.
Okay.
Virgos are sensitive to their surroundings and tend to embarrass easily. They are generally reticent.
You're I don't know what that word means. I think
Okay.
it's pronounced reticent, but I don't
Okay.
know what it means.
I'm just gonna skip over that. They are generally whatever when faced with anything or anyone new. However, once they feel comfortable, they can talk up a storm. I feel like that's pretty accurate.
That is very accurate. And friend, that sentence, that first sentence
Yeah.
that you read about tend to embarrass easily, that is the one sentence that I read and before I sent it to you, and I was like, oh no, that's hilarious because I totally embarrass easily.
Yeah.
Remember, like, for the first, I don't know, probably year of our friendship, every
Yeah.
time that any of us would talk and I would have to talk to you guys,
I remember.
my face would get so red. It was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing I do want to point out is how good your eye contact is.
Yeah.
Even when you were embarrassed. So that's a big thing, you know?
Really? I feel like I didn't do good with eye contact.
Oh yeah, I remember. You know why? Because remember I noticed that your eyes were like dilated.
Oh, yeah. She thought I was on drugs, guys.
She's not. That's just how her eyes are, but
I'm not.
she's very good eye contact even though she was embarrassed. But I mean, look at how comfortable you are with us now.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's normal. I love it. And then talking about how comfortable you get in like talking up a storm. I feel like that's true. We can like talk about anything.
We
you know?
be yapping.
Yeah. And so maybe not with like regular people you meet, you know, you're
Yeah.
gonna be quiet like you said on our last episode, but yeah, I feel like that's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I felt at first I was like, I don't know about this website, but it's,
I know. I feel like yours wasn't that accurate.
I know.
But you're right. I bet your moon is going to be.
We'll see.
Okay.
Many Virgo suns are uncomfortable in the limelight. These types are just fine living in the background as long as they feel useful and appreciated. What do you think about that?
100%. I don't want to be on the platform.
Yeah.
I want to help set up the platform, but I want to be appreciated for setting up the platform. Whatever it is. Okay.
I could see that. I could
Yeah,
see that.
yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Talking about platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So Amber sings.
Yeah.
Erin can set up the platform, right? We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Amber, she likes, you know, she's in the spotlight. She could be up there singing. We appreciate that you built that for
Yeah.
her. I'm done. That's funny. Okay. Let's see. Solo Virgos have a strong sense of responsibility, even when they've convinced themselves to be irresponsible about something or the other, they worry about it.
Okay.
Why is this talking about me? What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
So it said, I have a sense of responsibility even when I've decided to be unresponsible about
Correct.
something. That sounds like.
What?
It's like, it doesn't make sense because it's like, how are you being responsible about something you're being unresponsible about? But like, it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm going to be lazy on the couch,
Yeah.
but I'm going to make sure that I like clean up so that I can enjoy being lazy on the couch.
Yeah. I feel like that's
That
what
sounds right.
it is, kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah. Like you want to be unresponsible and be lazy on the couch, but you're being responsible to clean before you lay on this couch.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Okay. Not all Virgos are workaholics. However, when solar Virgos are not involved in some kind of project, there's generally a vague feeling of discontent. Even when their lives are filled up with work, they are restless and somewhat nervous creatures. The fear of underperforming is often strong. Virgos want to do things well. Some are exacting and thorough, and those Virgos who have convinced themselves to do less than perfect job will generally feel incomplete. What do you think?
Again, 100%. Like it said, even when you're involved in work or something like that, it's like you're not 100% satisfied.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, yeah, I just feel like that's so accurate.
That is so funny.
And I think that that's something that I'm like trying to
work on.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's funny.
This is so good. Okay. There's an odd combination of the intellectual and the practical in Virgo that is sometimes mistaken for coolness. In fact, Virgos are often self-effacing
Okay.
and shy. They'll brush off your compliments quickly and sometimes critically, but don't let that fool you. They need your respect and appreciation. In fact, the happiest Virgos are the ones who feel appreciated and valued, and plenty of worthwhile projects to keep them busy. And Virgos can be some of the sweetest, kindest people around. I agree with that. You're one of the sweetest and kindest people. You're one of the sweetest and kindest.
Yeah, people is the right
people?
word.
Okay,
Yeah.
that I've met, and this is why we're still friends.
I think that it's true too. Like, I will definitely brush off a compliment, like, because it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But like, it's still nice to hear. You know what I mean? Like, and it goes back to like being appreciated.
Yeah.
But it's like uncomfortable to hear it.
Yeah. Do you think it's uncomfortable because of your negative? Remember in the last episode you were talking about like being like that negative towards yourself and stuff like that?
Probably something like that. And I think also just like, I think it's almost like a muscle that you could exercise.
Yeah.
Like accepting it instead of just feeling like you have to say something back.
Yeah.
Or like, it's okay to just say thank you, you know, or you don't always have to, it doesn't always have to be a give and a take, you know?
That's true.
I think it's like the more you
That's
do
true.
that, the easier it will get.
Let's see. This says your keywords are analytical, intelligent, reserved, critical, helpful, and conscientious. I feel like that's accurate. It says while these signs are quite different, they combine well. Virgo with ascendant Libra. The nature is charming and modest. People think well of you. You are especially aware of coming across as kind, fair, and basically a good person. You are friendly with selective. Ultimately, since you value quality over quantity with friendships, caring, helpful, gentle, wants full explanations. I agree with the whole friendly but selective.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that in our last episode,
Yes.
that you value quality
Over
quantity.
quantity. Yeah, 100%. And I think that, yeah.
That is crazy. We're going to continue on.
Okay.
I feel like I love yours. Okay. This says you want to be considered an accomplished and important person, and when you face obstacles, you don't always see that you are your own worst enemy. You may long to be considered important in the eyes of the world, yet you harbor a fear of success simultaneously. You take failures and minor setbacks to heart and may even practically beat yourself up over them. What are we thinking?
Agreed. Yeah. It's like it took my journal and just blasted it. It's just like, God. Yeah.
How'd they know? I feel like this is good. I'm learning about you. Okay. Self-awareness to the point of self-consciousness is possible with this aspect. The truth is, nobody holds a microscope over you except for yourself. A little setback or a faux pas. Oh, faux pas? Why are they using all these big words? You didn't make a spectacle of yourself when you made a mistake. Aim to worry far less about always being right or appearing suave and accomplished. When you ease the pressure you put on yourself, you don't face as many brick walls. It is very much about what you feel you deserve. Deep down inside, if you let yourself truly believe that you deserve happiness and peace of mind, you will find it. I feel like you already know that. I feel like you've learned that. Like I said before, like I've seen you grow. I've seen your growth on the first episode. I said that, I think. And I feel like you definitely are true to yourself. A lot more than I feel like you were back then.
Yeah. I think some of that just comes from like growing up too.
Yeah. See, this is okay. So this is going back to what I was just saying. Ideally, you eventually learn that the standards you set for yourself. Oh wait, just kidding. Oh,
read it.
Okay. I thought it was going to be good.
I know, that's how I feel about some of these. I'm like,
ideally, you eventually learn that the standards you set for yourself are too high, which may be why you seem to hit frequent speed bumps. You have a sarcastic sense of humor, a keen intelligence, and the ability to apply caution and strategy. Your vitality may suffer, and troubles with the bones, teeth, and circulation may surface, especially of times of stress. I feel like that is not accurate at all.
my teeth are messed up.
I don't know what they're trying to say. Omit? That's not you.
I see what it was saying. Like, you set your standards too high, so you're going to fail.
Yeah.
I
feel like there's no such thing. I feel like you should set your standards wherever you want to set them.
And if you fail, you still landed further than you were before.
Exactly.
Like, it's okay. Yeah.
I don't like that one. Omit.
Own it.
Okay. Let's see. There is an unmistakably dreamy, inspired, and sensitive side to you. A marked appreciation for music and the arts is present. The connection of Neptune with Sun, which represents the ego and the will, certainly softness some of the hard edges that might be found elsewhere in the chart, adding a sensitive and spiritual dimension to your personality. I feel like that's accurate. You're very artistic.
Yeah. Interesting about the music, I don't actually feel that connected with. I mean, I still listen to music, but yeah. I feel like I don't feel very like some people do about music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some people
I get that.
Like Amber, she really connects with it and she feels it. Yeah. And I do feel that way with some music, but not all music. I don't feel that way.
I feel like I can agree with you on that because Janine listens to music 24/7, and if she could listen to music to sleep. Except I can't sleep that way.
Yeah.
But I don't. I rather be watching a show or watching a movie or have some podcast going on in the background. I love music, but I don't listen to music all the time.
Yeah.
Now, will I listen to jazz while I'm working? Yes. But
I think that could also go back to our brains are constantly running and thinking. And so when we have music on, it's not enough of a distraction.
Yeah.
So not even a distraction. It's I don't know how to explain it.
No, that actually makes sense.
But with a show or a podcast, it's more stimulating. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's
you have to picture stuff in your brain too.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're doing those things while we're listening to other things.
Yeah.
And doing other things. So I just feel maybe we need to listen to music more.
Maybe. Last thing here says your attraction to spirituality and metaphysical subjects is usually marked. The aspect favors writers, artists, and musicians. You are sensitive to those suffering, although you are not usually taken advantage of. You are humanitarian and may have a special connection with animals. If other aspects and position in your chart support it, you are not one to dominate others or assert yourself to the point of brashness. You have a fertile imagination, are full of inspiration, and are very emotional. All qualities you could use successfully on the professional level. I like that. And then to finish it off again, it just says, she is naturally and genuinely empathetic, compassionate, and intuitive. Her observations and insights are unique and fascinating, making her an original and helpful guide. She has a gentle nature that picks up a subtle cue for her environment. I agree with all of those. I feel like that's you. Yeah. You're able to pick up certain things, especially with people,
vibes.
Yeah, the vibes.
Mainly bad. If you got a bad vibe, hell no.
Yeah. One thing I do want to just say, because I didn't read all of it because it was so long, but it says you take particular pleasure in growth and life lessons, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
You know, like you invite that. So.
I do. Yeah. Please. I would like more growth, please. Although it's hard.
I know. Oh my God.
Okay, let's do your moon now. And hopefully... So what does it mean that you're a moon child?
I really don't know much about astrology, to be honest. My partner does, and so she always like, you're a moon child, you're a moon child, and I was like, all right. So she's like, look it up. So I did, and I forgot what it was. Honestly,
is it like your like Cancer was in moon when you were born or something?
I'm gonna look it up really
yeah,
quick.
let's ask. Because I would like to know.
So basically it says a moon child represents a deeply intuitive, empathetic, and emotionally sensitive soul intimately connected to lunar cycles and universal energy, symbolizing a balance between light and shadow. They are often introspective, creative, and drawn to nocturnal, natural, or mystical experiences. They use these energies to heal, manifest, and nurture themselves and others.
Okay, I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
Yeah. It's just like I wonder what makes.
Yeah.
But is it just?
I think it's
qualities.
The moon child. It says it's from June 21st.
Okay.
Through, I don't know. Let me see. Something. June 21st through something. July, whatever.
Makes you a moon child?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is supposedly.
Okay, cool. Well, let's read the moon child's moon.
All right.
Okay, so what the moon in general represents is the emotional responses, the unconscious predestination, and the self-image. The moon represents the emotions, and the moon sign shows how a person expresses themselves when at home, at ease, and comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
So, okay, let's get into it.
Let's see.
So, the moon is in Aries. Nothing quite happens soon enough with this position of the moon. There is an inherent impatience with getting what they want. Life is a series of emergencies for lunar Arians, with an E, Ariens.
Interesting.
They live in the moment and have a hard time waiting for things to happen. Whims of the moment take absolute precedence in their lives. There's a fiery position of the moon. Even if the sun or rising sign is more low-key, moon in Aries, people possess inner passion and fire. Emotional issues take precedence. There's no...
What?
I can't say this word.
Oh my gosh.
I can't say it right.
Okay.
It's the P word.
What P word?
Oh, no. The other one. Yes.
Why would it even say that?
It's a phrase. I'm going to say it, but we're going to cut it out.
Okay.
There's simply no pussyfooting around when dealing with the feelings. I think that's like tiptoeing.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's no tiptoeing around when dealing with the feelings.
Yeah.
That was weird. I hate that
Yeah.
word.
What the hell?
And dealing with new sentiments and needs stirs up a huge desire for activity. Moon in Aries has a need for acting out with their needs with no time to waste. It is hard for them to see the long term or to wait for things to happen. Instant gratification rules.
I feel like that is not accurate at all.
No. You
You
stick
know.
things out, and
Yeah,
delayed
always.
gratification, I feel like
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I always say that, like, in nursing school, I was literally stuck in my room studying. I would miss out on so much, but I knew that in the end it was going to be worth it, and it's true.
yeah.
Gratification later on, you know. And same thing with my certificate that I passed, my other certificate that I passed, and like wanting, you know, anything I want, I get, and it's not instant ever.
Yeah.
You know,
You spend the time to
I work for it,
earn
so.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oddly enough, this is a very defensive position of the moon. These natives take things very personally, and they deal with problems by facing them immediately so they can get on with other things. Their flare-ups generally end almost as quickly as they started.
I agree with that kind of, because I feel like if something is in my mind, I will say it, in a respectful manner, but I will still speak it out and say what's bothering me or whatever, so that I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You don't stew on it. You just
Never.
let it be known.
Yeah.
And you move on.
Yeah. And same thing with being angry. Like, if I am like angry or upset about something, as long as I talk through it afterwards, I'm like, whatever, it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna be all day angry. I just can't do that. So
I agree. I see that a lot.
yeah.
They have an unmistakable independent streak. They put themselves right out there in the world and make an impression in whatever they do. Their self-confidence, though, is variable. Although a strong personality is projected, Moon and Aries people go through plenty of ups and downs. Their moodiness is not like Cancer or Pisces moodiness. They don't withdraw into themselves or escape the world when they're down. Instead, they're temperamental. Some might say that people with Moon and Aries enjoy trouble and confrontations. Indeed, this position is easily bored by environments that are too peaceful. Their homes, especially their childhood homes, are often battlegrounds. They rule the roost, or at least want to, and are not the most peaceful of folk to live with.
Damn. I feel like the beginning was like, oh, okay, it's getting somewhere, and then it went downhill from there. Like,
this is my theory.
Okay, go ahead.
I think whoever created this doesn't like these people.
I have no clue. I mean, I feel like I said, the beginning of part of it kind of like made a little sense, and then it just started going downhill. I feel like that is inaccurate of me.
Yeah, I think what I agree with is that you put yourself out there into the world and you make an impression in whatever you do.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And I would say easily bored by environments that are too peaceful.
Yeah, I feel like that could be true as well.
And I feel like maybe if we rephrase the childhood home, instead of being battlegrounds, maybe just like loud, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I live in a loud, like, we're just like a loud, typical, like, your Mexican family, and
it's like
it's
kind of
fun.
chaos, but
it's
not
chaos.
in a bad way.
Yeah, it's like awesome chaos. Like, I love my parents so much. I love my family so much. We have gatherings sometimes, and it's loud. There's music. It's fun. I love it. So if it's in a positive light, then yeah, I agree with that.
I agree. That's why I said I think maybe these people just don't like them, because they're not the most peaceful of folk to live with.
No, I feel like we are. I mean, you guys lived with us, and you guys know how it is, and yeah,
I agree. Let's just rephrase it to fit our narrative.
Yeah, we're just saying it's great.
Moon and Aries people are prone to having plenty of crushes and other short-lived yet intense desires. Needs and wants are indistinguishable to lunar Arians at any given time. In their minds, what they want is so powerful that it becomes an absolute need.
I would say, if we rephrase it as in like, I want this, like when I said I really want to, pass and be a nurse. I wanted it so bad that I did it. You know what I mean? If we phrase it like that, then I agree with that. Same thing with, like I said, my certificates, anything that I wanted out of life, I guess, I got. Why? Because I worked hard for it.
And you treated it like a need.
Yeah.
Like, I need this.
Yeah.
And made it a priority.
Yeah. And I feel like that's how you succeed. Even though, like, let's say I did my best. Like, I literally know in my head and my brain and my heart that I did my best and I failed. I would not feel bad, only because I know that I did everything possible that I could to succeed.
Yeah.
Let me try another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's just phrased as a negative thing in this paragraph, but I definitely think that that's good. Like, I think wanting something so badly that you treat it like a need, that's a good, I love that phrase, actually.
Yeah.
Because it changes the way that you
view it. It's like
it.
a perspective too. Yeah. Agreed.
Others will appreciate that people with Moon in Aries rarely sulk or play drawn-out games of manipulation. You can pretty much know what they want at any given time. They're generally ruled by their own emotional needs and are not always concerned about others' needs during these emergencies. Somehow, they have people around them scrambling to help them solve their problems.
That's crazy.
There's an aura of childlike innocence, even when they're getting their way, that can be charming indeed.
I feel like it's so funny too, because in the last episode I talked about how it's really hard for me not to be there for people, and like not to, I guess it's really hard for me to think about myself. And so it's funny that this is saying that I only think about myself.
I know.
And like not about anybody else's needs, when it's like the complete opposite. And I'm trying to unlearn how to like not, basically learn how to put myself first. So that's funny.
That is, isn't it ironic? Okay. When the moon is in the 4th house, she likes family life, peace and quiet. She likes to stay at home, surrounded by loved ones in agreeable circumstances, strongly influenced by the early environment and mother, or takes after the mother.
I agree with that completely. Completely.
Yeah.
I love spending time with my family. I try to come and see them every week. I talk to them like almost every day, my parents and my sisters. We have a group chat, like a family group chat. And yeah, like my mom is like one of the greatest persons out there, and she's so caring and cares about people, and is very empathetic. And I feel like a lot of myself is from her. So I agree with that.
I agree too, definitely. You long for a sense of true belonging, but may be restless in your search. You might change residence frequently or feel the need to make many changes in your home. Moving often may be a healthy thing if it keeps you emotionally stimulated, but if you find that you do so on whims and later regret the changes, you might want to treat it as a symptom of emotional unrest, as a sign that you are in constant search for the perfect mood and setting, when in fact you might work on your feeling of belonging from the inside out, not the outside in.
I feel like that could be true, because like I said, like I like change, and it kind of reminded me of like back then when I was a teen and I rearranged my room like a million times to like, I just felt like I needed a change, and I felt like this is exactly what I needed so that I could just feel better, so it's like maybe if I was in a type of mood, I changed my surroundings to kind of either make me feel better or make like the image in my head that I was trying to see like come through, basically.
And
so,
to make you feel inspired again, or so you're not sitting in a stagnant space, like
kind of like when your house is dirty and like you clean it and you just feel like 100 times better, kind of like that. But anyways,
and I also think that could just be good advice in general, maybe not specifically or like a negative. Like I think it's okay to refresh your space, or
agreed.
It's possible you will remain rather immature or irresponsible emotionally, never wanting to truly grow up and take care of yourself.
Maybe I could see it as in like I need to learn how to take better care of myself, as in like, again, going back to I need to put myself first, fill my cup so that I can help other people, and so I'm learning that, so I'm just gonna take it as that.
Okay. Attachments to your past traditions and family are strong. You play it safe with money and your heart. Inheriting the family home, working from home, a family business, or following a parent's footsteps can be themes. The memory is like an elephant.
I mean, I feel like I agree with that completely. Like, I feel like I have a strong connection to and bond with family, and I don't think I'm gonna take over their house. That's not gonna happen. But
kind of goes back to the other thing about like the attachment to sentimental things too.
I'm very so like very attached to certain things. I'm glad I'm like kind of okay. Like that's kind of sounds like me.
Square between the moon and Venus. Because you value harmony, you may find yourself giving in to others too easily, especially in the first half of your life. There can be a distinct tendency to become friends with people too readily, perhaps due to a strong need for approval and a hunger for affection.
I feel like in the beginning, I feel like that's correct.
Like when you were younger.
Yeah, and it says for the first half. I mean, I'm 33. I don't think it's like the first half, right? The first half of right now, I guess, you know. I feel like that is very accurate. At the teen, you know, you kind of want to fit in. You want to...
Yeah.
You don't really know, like, your values that much, right? You're still trying to learn yourself and learn what you personally like and stuff like that.
You may find yourself compromising your emotional needs to find and keep love. Peace and harmony are important to you. Perhaps too much so, as people may too easily take you for granted.
I feel like that could be accurate as well.
Yeah.
Another thing that I guess I'm also learning too, I used to feel like no, yeah, I feel like people do take advantage of like nice people, you know, or people that easily say yes, you know, or like, oh, this person's gonna say yes to do this, so I'm just gonna ask them, kind of like that. But like I said before, I'm changed that a lot. So
Key points: good intentions, delightful sense of humor, intriguing, empathetic, you care about others, you are creative, I just can't believe all of these things in here. Crafty and perceptive. Venus for Cancer. Let's see if any of this resonates. Show their love by caring for you. They pay more attention to your feelings than your words. They want a safe, solid relationship.
I feel like that's accurate.
Yeah. Things that are too impersonal are turnoffs, and too much rationalizing leaves them cold.
Yeah, I feel like
they're not afraid of emotional confrontations.
All true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty honest.
Yes, and in a good way.
Yeah.
It's not like you're...
Yeah. It's because I love you. So that is done with me. Enough about the negatives. No.
Oh, here's some good ones.
Okay, go ahead.
She has a good sense of organization. She is jovial, frank, and sincere. She is full of dynamism. She's dynamic.
Okay.
And abundant energy. She loves life, taking all it has to offer. She likes sports and the outdoor life. She is successful, professional, and emotionally.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I feel like all those are pretty accurate besides the organized. I can be organized in my own way, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like that. That's
Okay.
better.
All right.
At least we ended in a good note. So we're going to do the moon for Arian as well. Like she said before, the moon represents emotional response, unconscious predestination, and self-image. The moon represents the emotions, and the moon sign shows how a person expresses themselves when at home, at ease, or comfortable. So the moon is in Sagittarius. More than anything, lunar Sagittarians need personal freedom and space. They are extraordinarily happy and easygoing folk as long as they don't feel caged or cooped up. Lunar Sagittarians have a simultaneous need for activity. Meeting new people, going out into the world, or traveling are all important to their well-being. They love open spaces and in their homes a roomy and bright environment. I feel like that's pretty accurate, right?
Definitely the roomy and bright, but the meeting new people...
Yeah, that's a no.
Eh.
Yeah. Omit that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the whole, like, you don't want to feel caged or cooped up. I feel like that's true. That's why you like, you know, like the light, the open spaces.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a bit of a teacher in Moon in Sagittarius and definitely a helpful spirit. They easily forget appointments or veer from their schedules, and some are even considered irresponsible. However, it is hard to stay angry at a lunar Sagittarian. They're just too cheerful and upbeat, and their optimism is catchy. I kind of feel like some of that is false. Like, I feel like you are very good at...
I don't forget
You don't forget appointments.
No.
You don't. You write that shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Not right.
She has, like, a calendar.
Yeah, I do. I got a calendar.
Yeah. She That's wrong.
I'm gonna show up.
She is. So it says many people with this position are outdoorsy. At the very least, they have a great love for friendly competition. When the going gets tough, these people get moving. They don't like to be caught up in routine for too long, and they need frequent escapes.
False.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
actually hate being competitive.
yeah.
I think it gives me the ick to be too competitive.
Yeah.
And the other thing that it said was what? The last part?
That they said they don't like to be caught up in a routine for too long. You love routines.
I love a routine.
I feel like the outdoorsy thing is true. I feel like you do like stuff outdoors and you want to hike in like the mountains and all that. You love that. Okay. There is a blind faith in lunar Sagittarians that is admirable. They believe that everything will ultimately work out. Not much for making detailed plans. People with the moon in Sagittarius prefer to wing it and deal with the whatever comes that way when it comes. I feel like that's false.
That's false. I do like the what was it, like things will work out?
Yeah.
I do like, I try to have that mindset too. And I think that, yeah, I believe in karma. So I
feel like I agree with you. This says those with the Sagittarius moon strive for personal freedom, space, happiness, truth, and activity. Meeting new people or learning new things is emotionally refreshing. Also, the meeting new people, that's a no. Everything else sounds right.
Yeah. So am I a sun child then if you're a moon child?
I don't know because I feel, oh yeah, because I feel like your sun was like accurate AF. And then I feel like
my moon is like,
yeah, poo poo. This says may like to throw herself into unknown and into adventure. I feel like that is not you. Maybe adventure, but like the unknown.
Yeah,
or maybe you do.
Mm.
But throw yourself? Maybe like ease in.
Yeah, for sure. And like if I want to start something new, like I research about it first. Like I'm trying to figure out, you know, who, what, when, where, how first.
Yeah. Interesting. This says your opinions and ideas change often, and you might sometimes adopt others' points of view and express their ideas as if they were your own. This is not because you are a copycat, but because sometimes fail to own your own thoughts and are very sensitive to others' opinions. I don't feel like that's true.
Yeah, I don't think that I like steal people's thoughts and use them as my own. But I do see other people's points of views. Like I do put myself in other people's shoes, and like I have a hard time choosing a side sometimes. I can play devil's advocate, but yeah, I don't steal them and use them as my own.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like somebody tells a joke, but they don't hear it. Like people don't hear it.
Yeah.
So somebody else tells it, and then everybody hears it.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah. That's crazy. That says deep down she believes in the basic goodness of people and of life in general, and this fundamental and natural attitude helps her to attract positive circumstances and to make good connections. I feel like that's good.
That's fair.
Yeah. Key traits: frank, honest, optimistic, and generous. I feel like this is correct. It says she likes good cooking and other creature comforts. Her friendships are sincere. She is smart and she knows how to surround herself with the right people. She is appreciated at work, usually well liked and comfortable, seeing the bright side, humor, especially in the mundane. She is fair, always seeking the truth. I feel like that's pretty accurate. This says 9 square between the moon and Saturn. People with the moon in hard aspect to Saturn in their natal chart take time to learn to trust others. Fear keeps them from fully enjoying personal relationships, and fear is behind the occasionally rigidity they express. When they let themselves receive nurture or care from others, an inner voice cautions them that it might be not sincere, long-lasting, or enough.
Now that is spot on, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Talking about, yeah, definitely.
This says there can be some reluctance about becoming a parent, but once taken on, these people don't take the responsibility lightly. You are a pet parent.
I'm a PP, pet parent.
Let's see.
I-
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. She has changeable moods, a reserved character, can be stubborn, and may lack assurance. Her relationship with a guardian may have been difficult, or early family life was challenging in some cases. There's a dry sense of humor, and some exaggerated realism.
We won't expand on that, but I do think that that could be true.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mercury is in Virgo, whatever that means. She likes to discuss, deduce, and judge. What the hell? Let's stop right there because that is not true. Oh my god, I'm just not gonna read those. That's too fucking much.
Let's just end.
Okay.
So I just feel like this is a good example of like take what you can and leave what you don't, because there were so many things in Erica's that were not true. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that she has to identify with them or like let those things get into her head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if it were me, I would be like, do I feel that way? Like,
Yeah.
do I do those things? Like, I don't know. So
I feel like this was just a really fun take on the astrology. Me and Arian are not experts on that.
clearly.
And I feel like it was just something fun for the episode. So that's pretty much it. It was fun. You know, it was good. I feel like this is another really good way to get to know each other because, well, get to know us is what I meant, because there was a lot of things I was like, whoa, 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 hold the up.
Let me straighten the story up because that's not true.
Don't get it twisted. So that was pretty cool. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, guys. And if you made it this far,
There will be a poll. And the poll will say, do you believe in astrology or not?
okay. Answer below.
Oh, actually, sorry. Before that, in the comments,
Yeah.
put an emoji of your sign.
Oh, I don't know my sign emoji. I would have to figure it out.
Yeah. Figure it out and put it in the comments.
Yeah.
And remember, guys,
We're all just figuring it out together.